Well, hi there, Pisces. Welcome to Pirate Readings. I'm Lady J, and I'm here to talk to you about what's going on in October. So, yeah, there's going to be 5 weeks, so it's going to be a bit of a long one. There's the additional information that I am doing a brand new layout. This layout is going to be super interesting and a lot more in-depth in a lot of different areas of your life. So it's going to be super interesting. So I'm taking the astrological chart with the houses, the 12 houses, and I'm applying tarot cards to each one of those. And then we're going to do where you are, what's blocking you, and what your solution is at the very end when we go in depth on each week, okay? So I have 5 decks to play with. Let me show you what's going on. Here we have the 5 decks, one for each week, all right? So that's going to be very interesting. Let us see what comes up for you. They're all pre-programmed and ready to go. But here we go. Let's talk about what's happening here. I have a lot of messages for all the 12 signs. The other thing to remember is that all 12 signs are actually getting the same messages instead of what we've done in the past where there were special messages just for one sign. My guides have said, nope, we're not doing that anymore. It's all about everybody in the same boat getting all the same information. But there's a lot of information. So you should know that we're going to all need to embrace the changes that are taking place. That is the first foremost concept. We all want everybody to step up and be the change. Help with the changes, right? Don't wait for other people to fix things. Do it yourself. Be the starter. We're going to watch our money. We're going to stay organized, write things down. We're going to embrace our families. We're going to embrace create families if we need to, and that means just gathering community together, right? Getting people together that are going to be your posse, all right? There's a lot of beautiful things happening, and I really love that we're creating these bits of community and closeness with ourselves, and we're doing it not to for any other reason than to create what just gather people in, and it's a good thing. I like it very much. We're embracing the changes. The changes are going to be interesting and a lot. So everybody's having a lot of big things happen. So let's look at what's going on. All right. We're going to always start over here at this particular place. This little area is going to be referred to as the self department. Aha. So it's the house of the self, but I'm going to call them departments because that's just who I am. All right, so in the self department, we're looking at the Ace of Pentacles, showing us that you are indeed feeling fairly abundant right now. You're feeling pretty good about who you are and what's going on. This is everything that's going on between your own ears. So good for you. I'm glad you're feeling good about who you are, what's going on. That's good news. All right, so the other thing to know is that this is the Transient Light Tarot, and it's a very cool deck, but it has a really different artwork than we're used to, so it's fun to look at the imagery, right? So yeah, Ace of Pentacles. Nice. And now we're going to move on over to a new department. This is the money department. This is all about how your finances are going and what's going on in that area and how you're responding to it, okay? So we have the Emperor. So this is what the Emperor card looks like in this deck. And yeah, it's definitely all about how solid and sound and clear you are. You have a feeling like, I'm making my money, I'm doing my thing, I'm feeling strong, I don't feel fear about my money at all. So you are squared away. Congratulations, Pisces, that is very good news. We're going to talk now about this next department, communication department. We're talking about how you talk about things, how you're communicating with other people, if it's going well or not so well. This is the Chariot, so it's going very well. You're moving right along with your communication. You are sharing everything you need to, and you're getting where you need to go. So good job, staying in the flow on that. Nice job. I am going kind of quick, but don't worry, we're going to go in depth on this whole entire reading at the end of this reading. So yeah, we can breeze right through this one a little bit. And I don't mean to breeze, of course. We're just working through quickly. Nice. This is a family department. This is your first introduction to the whole thing, so I got to go into it a little bit. In the family department, we're talking about things that are going on with you and your family, all right? The Three of Swords. You're getting new information within your family that is empowering to you, but while it's empowering to you, it's not something you should share, okay? So this could be news of somebody becoming pregnant, or it could be news of, you know, somebody coming up with some other issue in their life where they have to hold back a little bit, and they aren't really ready to share it yet, okay? So whatever that thing is that they're not willing to share yet, it's not your business to share. But it's empowering for you to have the information, and now you understand why they're acting a certain way. And now, presto, you're going to hold back on that information and let it be what it is, all right? So now we're going to move on over to the passion department. And I don't mean sexual passion. I'm talking about the part where what is your personal passion? What is the thing that you love to do so much? You're so excited to get after it. This could be fishing. This could be hunting. This could be any number of wonderful things that make you feel excited to be having some time off and do your own thing. Could be gardening, whatever it is. So what's going on here for you in this area? You are needing to fight for your ideas. Whatever it is you want to get into right now, you're needing to fight for it, okay? So not everybody's on board with you taking time off of work to do whatever you want to do. You have to explain how and why staying in touch with these personal passions is actually going to be benefit to them. Haha. So use a convincing argument, right? Now then, we're going to talk about your work and health department, all right? So I'm actually going to read this twice, once for your work and once for your health, because they're so very different, and then the cards read very differently for each of those situations. It's interesting. So we're talking about work right now, and in work, you've done all the hard work. Now you're into the easier part. You've got a lot of contracts lined up. You don't have to worry about whether or not you're going to work. You know you're going to work. You just need to figure out where you're going and what you're going to do when you get there. All right? So you've got things lined up. You have done all kinds of good things. Good job. Well done, Pisces. Now then, we're going to talk about this for your health. What's going on with your physical health? All right? The Star card shows you've done a lot of working out. You've been putting yourself to it, and you're having a lot of good success. It means that you're into the place where you don't have to push so hard as you did before, but you have to maintain the maintenance, okay? You cannot slack off on the maintenance. You got to stick to it, okay? All right, let's talk about what's going on in the relationship and marriage department, all right? Seven of Cups. Interesting. So if you're single, you are having more options on who you want to date and what you want to date or whatever like that. So there's options and things on the table. Exciting and new. I love that. But if you're in a marriage, there could be some things happening that are options about things you care about that are going to confuse you and your partner, and you're not going to be necessarily easily able to figure out what you want to focus on, okay? So try and figure out what's going to expire first. Don't do anything that doesn't go towards your group dreams and goals, and get after those things that expire first, okay? That's the easy way to handle that. Now we're going to talk about this little area. We're talking about the release department, also referred to as the death department. So things that you got to let go of because they're no longer working, all right? And we're looking at Seven of Pentacles. So there's extra work coming at you, and you're needing to let some of it go. You can't hang on to all of the work that's coming your way because some of it isn't useful to you. It isn't well timed, and you've already made progress on other situations. So you no longer need whatever this is. This is like extra. And you're like, okay, well, I don't need the extra. I'm going to send it on its way. All right? So just keep that in mind and let that be a lesson to us all. All right? Now then, let's look here. So in this little area, we're talking about travel and movement. Things that are going forward usually, but we're definitely talking about the movement in your life. And here we are, we're talking about the Six of Wands. Yes, your ideas are moving you forward right now. You are coming up with big ideas and sharing them with people about what your big plans are. Super exciting. I can't wait to see how this plays out for you, Pisces. Very good, very awesome. Now let's talk about the ambition department. This is the area where what gets you up in the morning, all right? What is that awesome thing that gets you going in the morning, all right? We have the Knight of Cups. And this is interesting because it comes in the shape of a backpack. But yeah, it's all about fighting for where you want to go, what you want to do, what matters to you, right? So this is your heart's desire. You're fighting for your heart's desire in this situation. I find it interesting that it comes with the Six of Wands right over here as your adventure card, right? So yeah, you are fighting for your heart's desire in this situation, and you're ready to get up and fight for it. So that's cool. I like that. Good for you. Next we have over here, this is the friends department. This is the people that we care about. This is our posse. This doesn't have to be, this could be the posse of work friends or after work friends or people around your block friends. It really is just people who aren't family that are your posse, all right? So they're pretty much your chosen family, right? You know what I mean? All right, so we're talking about Crown. The King of Cups is here. We have an emotionally based male energy person that is going to be playing a part in your friends department. So one of your friends might be speaking through their feelings right now and letting us all know how he's feeling about this and feeling about that. It's going to be a big deal, all right? So just sort of listen to him, okay? We don't have to fix anything yet. We're just listening. And by listening, we're going to end up getting new information that's going to be very beneficial, all right? And finally, in the unknown department, we have the Two of Cups. This is the unknown department. It often refers to many areas of your life. So we're going to use this card because it does that. It does more than just one area. So we have Two of Cups. Two of Cups, partnerships. I can feel that there's a partnership happening over here, obviously. We have partnerships over here, probably here. You have somebody you're sharing with this. And of course, fighting for your ideas in some other partnership. So a lot of places to be working in pairs, all right? That's very good. So let's go ahead, and this is what the overview of 1 week looks like, and this is September 29th through the 5th. Let's go ahead and add in the next week, all right? All right, so we're going to pick this deck up. This deck is talking about the Wild Unknown Tarot, and we are going to add this on top of, so it's a whole nother round just for the overview, right? Very cool. Go ahead and lay these cards in. And when I'm done with that, I'm actually going to light that candle that I usually light that I done went and forgot. Sorry, Pisces. Try and get those vibes back up, right? What's going on? What did I do that for? Anywho, no need to beat myself up on that note. Just go ahead and light the candle. It's about rejuvenation. Huzzah! So yeah, we are bringing back the energies. This is good news. All right, so here we go. We're going to add that light to this situation. That's nice. And here we go. Let's talk about the self. What's going on with you right now, all right? This is for the 6th through the 12th, right? We have new information coming down that is going to be, well, you're feeling like a person who has options and possibilities for income. You don't have to stick with one thing over another. You have options and possibilities, and you're feeling quite abundant in that way. So cool. That's how this card works for you personally, and I like that very much. Now then, this next card here is talking about how the Four of Swords is here, showing us in the money department that you're feeling very strong and stable with your finances. We said we had the Emperor last week, so I'm not surprised that you're still feeling strong and in control of what's going on right here. That's good news. Love that. Wonderful to hear for you, Pisces. That's awesome. And let's talk now about the communication department. We are using our intuition to understand which way to go and how to do it. Trust your gut. When you're using your gut, you will always be right, okay? The people who need to hear from you will hear from you. The people who don't need to hear from you won't hear from you, all right? So that's cool, right on. Now we're talking about this other area, which is going to be the family department. And in the family department, we are looking for some advice to move forward. All right, there's something about what's going on with your family. You need a little advice. Could be in your financial department with the family, or it could be something else. So this feels more like your extended family, not your personal family per se, but like something is going on with somebody in your family and you're like, they need financial advice and they need to get on it because things aren't going right yet. So we're working on it, okay? So you're going to work on that with them and that'll be good, all right? Now then, we're talking about your passions. Your passions are here. You're fighting for your worth and value in that situation. So you want to be appreciated for all the things you can do within that personal passion, so that you want people to say, hey, man, that was awesome. You want to be appreciated. You want people to be patting you on the back and telling you how great you are. And that's perfectly all right because you're pretty great. Now we're going to look over here at the work and health department. We have the Seven of Cups. And in the work department, the Seven of Cups shows that you have options and possibilities for how to make more money. That's interesting. We were talking about you having options and feeling abundant in that way. Very good. Just figure out which ones are most important at the time and expire first. Do those first and then go back to the other ones. And if they aren't towards your dreams and goals or not in your wheelhouse, let them go, all right? Excellent. Now, how is this going to apply to your health, right? So with your health, it looks like there are options for how you can take better care of yourself. Maybe you've been told you have something going on and you need to look at your different options before you make a decision. So read the fine print, okay? We want you to read all the information. Don't be afraid to like get information from people who've had whatever you're doing before and look for their input. What would they say in the aftermath about what happened to them? So then you can better understand that, all right? That's a good thing, okay? Cool. Getting new information from people who've been where you are is the answer, all right? Now then, let's talk about your relationship situation. What's going on with your relationship and your marriage right now? You are King of Wands. There's the King of Wands here, so there's very much so a down-to-earth, easygoing person with a nice, easygoing mentality that we are definitely interested in if we aren't in a relationship. And if we are in a relationship, this might be the spouse, or it could be you in the relationship too. So be aware of who you are in the relationship and what you're bringing to the table. And know that this person here is going to be pretty cool, all right? And we want to maintain that coolness and understand a mellow, easy head about how we're doing things, all right? Now let's talk about how the death and release department of our lives for this week. We have the Ace of Pentacles showing that there's the gift of finance. We said last week that you had too much work coming your way. You didn't know what to do with it. You were having to get rid of certain things or delegate other things to other people. And now I feel like you're still having good stuff is happening. So much good stuff is happening. You're like, okay, what do I do with this extra stuff? You may need to start another company that has other people doing other stuff. Because you don't want to lose out on this bounty coming your way. You had 2 weeks of bountifulness. The Ace of Pentacles showing that there's people want to hand you money to do stuff for them, and you're like, I really want to take it, but I'm not sure I have enough time. So you're in a pickle. You're not wanting to give it away. You're not wanting to get rid of it. You're not wanting to release it either. So you're trying to figure out ways to not have to release all this extra work that's coming your way. Maybe you want to hire a couple of friends or something that can help you do the work, and then presto changeo, you get a cut, right? Nice. I like the idea. This is a whole new company that could be forming here, simply because, I mean, and not every week do you have to release something. It's just a matter of realizing that it's in the release department, and they're like, should we release this? Maybe not. Finding ways not to. All right. So this area here is the travel and movement department. Wheel of Fortune is showing up, showing that you have a lot of really going on here, some good karma in your area of travel. So you've done some good things with travel. You've helped other people move around, and that's really helping you in this moment when it hits the fan and you need to do what you need to do. I don't feel like it's hitting the fan per se, but I'm saying that your karma's playing out right now, the good stuff and bad stuff. So, well done. You're doing a good job. I think that that's going to be really simple for you. When a big change has to happen, everything is going to fall into place. All right? So let's talk about your ambition. What's going on? What's your cup of coffee in the morning? All right. The Tower. All right. Things falling together. Boom. I really see a lot of things happening this week. I'm going to make a company. Okay, well, everybody's going to have to bring some stuff and move some stuff together, and it's going to work, right? Oh, it's falling together perfectly. Excellent. Wonderful. And then we'll have a friend over here. This is a friend that in your posse who's going to end up being in control of the whole damn thing. So this is wonderful. You're handing it off to somebody else. They're going to make sure you get a cut of whatever they're making because that's what's going on. You are creating a company that's under your wing, and presto changeo, they're going to work it, but they're also going to give you like a portion of the money. There's a portion per job that you're going to make. Good job, and well done. Father of Wands, the King of Wands, not surprising. That's you. You're being the chill dude, creating a new company to handle the situation, right? Foundation of... Yep. Nice. Really like this. This is very well done, Pisces. Very good. What's in your unknown department? We have the King of Cups, emotionally based male energy, who is going to be a part of the situation. This could be your friend. Remember last week your friend was here. He's also the King of Cups. So this King of Cups could be a person who is having an issue, having enough work, and you are sitting around wallowing in too much work. And now presto changeo, you decided, wait, I can put you to work. That's going to be great. So that's good. And of course we have the High Priestess over here. So using your emotional savvy to communicate your feelings at the same time while you're talking about this stuff in communication is good. Oh, definitely with the family, you're going to be using your King of Cups self, right? And yeah, so you're doing really well here. I love that. Let us go ahead and talk now. That is the completion of the overview for the 6th through the 12th. We're going to go ahead and get another deck from over here talking about the week of the 13th through the 19th. And this is the new Mythic Tarot. So it's pretty cool. I like the imagery on it. It's a very pretty thing. Makes me happy. It's got a little Faire vibes, so that's fun. All right, so let's see what we have here. Let's talk about what's going on with you personally, all right? Knight of Pentacles, fighting for your worth and value. Interesting. I can see how as you suddenly put your buddies to work, suddenly they're like, wait a minute, we don't want to give you as much for the opportunity to do this. You're like, but it's my company. But it's my company. I made it. I built it up so you could jump into it. Presto changeo. I hired you because you didn't have anything else to do. So yeah, this is me getting my cut. Thank you. You don't get to just tell me what my cut will be. I don't think so. So you'll have to stand up for that. Sorry. All right. The money department, things are falling into a new place. So you're starting to create new ways to save money. And things are falling into those little places, okay? So there is some money that is falling apart, I'm going to say, because you're making an investment in something with your people, and it's definitely not... Sometimes it feels like you're just throwing it in a hole. But just be aware that it's all for the best in this moment, all right? It certainly came across that way last week. New information is coming from the communication department about things you have to learn. You need to learn some stuff as you move forward. Probably has something to do with, in the communication department, that we're saying that getting licensed and bonded in certain ways before you set up this business would have been helpful, and you may have to do some backtracking to get that going in the right direction, so be aware of that. The Five of Pentacles is here, showing that the Five of Pentacles is in your family department one more time. More financial advice is being wanted within the family. So you're like going, I don't know if I can give you financial advice. My whole life is falling apart right this second, right here. I'm just tripping out right now, trying to get this thing working. And of course, the Five of Swords shows up trying to take your power back in your hobbies, okay? And in the passions of your life, you're trying to take your power back. That means you're saying, hey, I want to be in charge of this situation. I want to go do the thing that makes me feel passionate and fine and fabulous. I want to have enough time to do that. But you're having to fight for it, okay? Because there's so many things that are still falling through the cracks this week, okay? We're going to talk about work. Yes, the King of Swords. Somebody is trying to be in charge and very particular about how things go. And you're like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It wasn't supposed to be quite like that. Unless it's you. If this is you, well, then that's probably a good thing. Be sure that as you take on your King of Swords role, that you remember that you're also a King of Wands. And if you need to teach people how to do certain things, you need to teach them how to do certain things. You can't just boss them around and have them do it your way. They need to know the whys and the hows, and as they learn the whys and the hows, they'll fall into place. But you got to be kind of chill about it, okay? You want to be the good king. Take care of your people, and your people will take care of you. Make sure they have a loo. Make sure they have all the water and Gatorade they need on a hot day. Do the things you need to do to make sure that everybody is taken care of as best you can, all right? And by doing that, you'll have much less trouble in other areas, okay? So until you get things lined up properly, you definitely want to make sure you're being cautious and careful to take good care of them, all right? And not to say you're going to drop them off the cliff later. I'm just saying that, no, you want to make sure you're caring for them right now. This is the Six of Pentacles in your marriage and relationship department. Six of Pentacles shows that you are in a very giving mood, and that's very nice. We like to see you sharing and caring your love and appreciation with your spouse. That is very good news. We want to see that. That is going to help that relationship flourish and be wonderful. Nice, nice, nice. Now we have in the release and death department, we have the Hierophant. So structure is something that we're going to be wanting to look at and go, okay, so how structured do I need to be in order to move forward in this situation? Maybe I don't need to be quite so structured. Maybe I can let them do some of the things on their own way. I hired them because I know that they know what they're doing. So maybe I don't need to tell them every little thing about how to do that. Okay, so we're releasing some of the structure, okay? Don't hang on too tightly to other people. You got to give them their freedom, otherwise they'll run away, okay? You don't want them running away. This is a brand new company. This card here is talking about how in the movement and travel department, the Four of Wands. Excellent. The thing you're moving forward on has a marriage of ideas. So you're finally getting people together. You're having a powwow with all the people. Don't be afraid to feed them when you're doing this, and definitely make sure that they understand all the things that are going on. You're like, okay, this is what we're doing, and this is going to be your department, and this will be your department, and this is how we're going to do it, and this is how the money will work, and this is who's getting paid, and la 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 la. And then you pull your chiefs out of the way, and you say, okay, guys, this is how it's going to break down like this, this, and this, and this will be my cut on that, and that'll be okay. Okay, cool. And then you'll take your hands off of it so much, because sometimes having your hands on everything is going to be too much. Got to let go, all right? So the thing that gets you up in the morning, your ambition in the morning, is there's a little bit of a thing that you want to go a certain way, and now you have to get in there. Maybe this is your personal job that you're working on, because you had so much work. You have one personal job, and then you have everybody else's jobs, right? But now you're dealing with this one personal job, and you want it to go a certain way. So you got to get in there and get after it. So you're like, okay, I'm going to work, doing my thing, and now you're back in your own wheelhouse, handling your own stuff. I think it's going to come out really sweet. All right, so let's talk now about the Friends department. In the Friends department, we are talking about how things are evening out. You're feeling like you're not necessarily the only one working now, which is super helpful. It makes everyone feel a little less beholden to you, maybe. Maybe you felt like you had to take care of them, and you had to feed them, and you had to be the one who was always bringing the food to the party or whatever. And the answer is nope. Now they all have jobs and they can bring food too. So this is good. Things are getting more fair. I like that. Wonderful news. Good news. And yes, it's going to be all right. Now then, we have the High Priestess is talking about the unknown department, and it's showing me that all this week, in every area of your life, you absolutely have your intuition is going to be on point, which is so good because you're going to need it, especially when things get a little wonky around the money. When your information comes in that you have more to learn and you're like, oh man, I have to backtrack and do some other stuff. Follow your intuition. And definitely with your family and your passions, yes, and here at work, and of course with the King of Swords and how it handles your health. We're talking about, I don't remember if I mentioned it, but yeah, the King of Swords dealing with your health is somebody else is telling you what you have to do to take care of your body. And you're like, you may not like it, okay? You may not like hearing that from a friend or from a doctor, but you'll get new information. But yes, you can trust your intuition here, giving with your loved ones and what you're giving up and how much structure, plus over here with your movement and travel. So all these areas will benefit from you trusting your intuition. Your gut will tell you the truth, all right? Now, let us go on and look at the 20th through the 26th. We're going to grab another deck. All right, this one is the only repeating deck that I'm using from last month, and it is called the Magical Nordic Tarot. This was a gift to me from my sister. Shout out to Miss Carol. And I love the images on here. They're just so great that I wanted to bring them back into the play here. They have their own special vibe, and I think that you'll like them. So here we go. Let's look at what's going on for this particular week. This is the 20th through the 26th in the you department. What's going on with you, right? Strength. You've been growing. You are doing some growing right now. You did some major releasing of control last week. I'm very proud of you for that. And this is you really remembering that you were told a bunch of stories in the past, like that you couldn't be you couldn't be the boss, you couldn't be this, you couldn't be that. And the answer is it's a bunch of junk. People tell you a bunch of junk because they're afraid. And what would happen if you were in charge, or whatever would happen? What would happen if you were that successful? So they limit themselves by looking at what would happen with you, and so ultimately they try and shut you down. The answer remains, you're awesome, you're amazing, you're growing, and you're seeing that what was trash can go out. And you don't have to hang on to anybody else's vision of you. You can grow through it. Ba-ba. Nice. Good job. Now we're talking about the money department. And in the money department, we are fighting for our power in that situation. You're one more time still struggling to make sure you get your proper cut from each of these jobs. Maybe you'll want to have each of the people pay your money person, and your money person will bring you all the money, and then you'll distribute it to the people, or something like that. You'll need a money person, right? You'll need somebody who takes care of all the finances for all of this stuff. That's part of having a company. And that way, once all the money comes into one place, the money that goes out to pay for everything, the supplies and the employees and the insurances and the bonds and the yada yadas and the whatnots will all come out of one account, right? Or something like that, and it will be smart. Okay, you're going to do some smart stuff, and it's going to be really good. All right, now then, we have the Fool card showing up in communication. It looks like there's part of you that wants to jump right into a new project or into some other situation. So maybe it's, going to be a lot, all right? be careful what you're jumping into, all right? We want you to be cautious not to end up with too many irons in the fire, all right? Now then, over in the family, we have the Page of Pentacles. Finally, we're getting away from the Five of Pentacles, which has been repeating itself for twice. For 2 weeks, we've had the Five of Pentacles in the family department. Now we have the Page of Pentacles. There's new information about ways and means for them to make more money. Perfect. That is good news. They're going to get their new information, and that is going to help them out a lot, and you don't have to do anything, hopefully. Now then, we have the Chariot card in the area of your passions. You are going to get moving on something to do with your passions. I feel like you're going to hire enough people that you don't need to be there every single day, and you'll be able to like take one day to go fishing. Just the boat, the water, and the fish. Nice. I can see you needing that. Just the silence to help your head relax. Nice. I like this. This is good for you. Now then, we'll talk about what's going on here in the work and health department. We have new information coming to you about things you need to learn for work, right? So we're going to keep learning about what we're doing at work and knowing that we're doing it right and proper, okay? Yeah, you might need insurances and a hard building and all kinds of different things to properly insure yourself and your employees and make sure you're covered, all right? So, and now if we're going to apply this to your health department, you're going to be getting new information about things you need to learn about taking care of yourself, okay? So pay attention to the information coming down the pipe because it will help you take care of you better. You only have one you. Please take care of you. All right, Pisces? Now then, let's talk about the relationship situation. We have a really good relationship thing going on here. We had the Six of Pentacles last week where you were giving kindly and generously to your love. And yeah, the Six of Pentacles is back. There is more kind and generous giving of love here. We like that very much. This is going to be very helpful and handy. Good, good, good. And of course, we have what's going on here. This is the release and death department, meaning that we're letting go of things that don't serve us anymore. We have the Six of Wands showing up. We are letting go of sharing our ideas in some areas because maybe you've discovered that you don't need to teach them how to do the plumbing anymore because you hired a plumber. Okay, cool. So you don't have to teach everybody everything. You can let that be what it is. You're going to release teaching everybody every little thing. Cool. Your company is full of smart people that you hired to do certain smart things that they already know how to do. Perfect. Let them bid the jobs and then tack on the price. You take their quote, you tack on what you want for your cut, and then send out the quote perfectly, and it'll be in there already, and it'll be ready to go. Nice. Now we have the Ace of Swords in the movement department, right? In the movement department, we have the gift of power. You are totally in charge right now, and that's awesome. We like it when you're taking care of being in charge, but we want you to use it carefully, right? And so, and this is in the movement and travel department. So you're like, yes, I'm moving forward where I'm totally in charge of this situation. I have new information that is empowering me to go ahead and move forward in the situation. Perfect. Love that. Feels like the company again. Maybe something to do with your personal passions. Very nice. Very good. Now we're talking about what's going on here in the ambition department, right? The thing that's getting you up in the morning. All right, we have the Eight of Swords. Ooh, yeah, there's a little something going on. You're feeling a little stuck with your power in this department, in your ambition. So, yeah, it's got you up out of bed so you can, like, rattle some cages and make sure everybody's on point about what's going on, right? You can't just let everybody run amok, is what it's coming down to, is you have to, like, make sure they're doing what they're supposed to, right? Okay, now we have the Five of Pentacles showing up in the friends department. So your friends are feeling pretty good. They're feeling like for them, there's need. I mean, number one, there's money, and there's enough money that they feel like they're needing some advice. and you are in a position to give a little advice on what to do with the money that they're making. So that's cool. They're looking to you, and you're feeling like a part of that situation, like they're still considering you a friend, which is cool, in spite of the fact you're also the boss. So, yeah, it's a fine line. You'll figure out how to walk it, but it's a fine line. Let's now talk about the unknown department, the area where one card that represents a lot of things going on. And we have the Seven of Wands, standing up for your ideas. Yep, you're going to be standing up for your ideas over here in the ambition department. You're going to be standing up for your ideas right here in the travel department. Over here, you're going to be releasing your ideas. Okay, never mind. Not there. Page of Wands, you're going to stand up for your ideas here and here and here. This is, we already know which departments these are. These are all of the departments, right? And definitely you're going to want to stand up for your ideas as you jump off into something new in the communication department, okay? So, but your Knight of Swords is definitely the one that's got me going right here. Fighting for your power in the money department, all right? So, there you go. That's what's going on for the 20th through the 26th. Cool. Good job, Pisces. Let us go ahead and look over here now for our final deck representing the week of October 27th through November 2nd. All right. This deck here is the Guardian of the Night deck by M.J. Cullinane. It's pretty cool. I like the imagery. It's got animals on it, which I really, really like. And that makes me happy. I'm a big fan of animal decks. But yeah, this is going to be great. Cool. Let's go ahead and look at where you are. What's going on with you right now? Okay, we have the Chariot showing up in the you department, in the self department, talking all about who you are and what you want and what you need. And you need to get moving. You've got the Chariot. Let me go, let me go, let me go do my thing. This could have to do with you needing to go and do your thing in travel, or in your passions, or in travel. But you're definitely wanting to get moving. You're like, let's go. I got the let's. You're very fidgety right now. Sitting still is not going to be your strong suit this week, so keep that in mind. In the money department, you are fighting for your ideas. The Knight of Wands shows up saying, hey, I really want this to go my way, and this is how I'm going to force that, or how I'm going to push that. So you need to make sure you're hiring people and paying them properly so that they want to take care of you the way you are taking care of them. So that's part of that king thing, right? Be aware of that, and you're going to find that little part where you're like, okay, I have a close-knit group that I'm going to pay really well, and it's going to go really well, all right? These are going to be the ones who are my trusted circle. But then there's going to be the ones below them that do a lot of the work that are going to get paid lesser, but at the same time well, you know, not too well, but well. But yeah, you're definitely going to make sure you're getting your cut out of that situation, okay? Cool. Now then we're talking about this area over here, which is communication. Last week we were talking about jumping right into things in the without a lot of, you were going to get started on something right away without a lot of other stuff in your mind about what's going on there. And now you're dealing with standing up for who you are in that situation. Like, this is what I meant. This is what I intended. So you're going to backpedal, all right? This is a backpedaling time in the communication department. So you're going to backpedal a bit, backpedal, backpedal. Make sure you get things in writing, all right? When you write things down, it's much more easy to stay organized, even if you use a giant dry board to help figure it out and make sure that everybody's getting what they need out of that, all right? Now we're talking about the King of Wands. The King of Wands is here showing us that in the family department, there is somebody who is down to earth, easygoing, stepping up to be the dominant voice in your family right now, basically a quote-unquote leader within the family. I hope that's you, but I hope that if it's not you, that you don't get too weird about it, but either appreciate them and support them because they're taking care of stuff you don't have time for, don't get into conflict. This person's pretty down to earth, and they're trying to just sort of keep things chill and make sure everything goes right within the family, okay? So they're trying to be an ally. Now this card here is talking about your personal passions and the things that you're getting into that you really like. You found out that you could move on, last week, you could move on something that you really wanted to do. You're like, I'm going to go do that, I'm going to go do that, I'm going to go do that. And now the Lover's card shows up this week saying, well, there could be a relationship situation happening at the same time. There could be a partner involved. You might be bringing your partner along. That would be good. For those of you who are single, you might have somebody else. You might meet somebody while you're doing your thing, your special thing. You might find somebody else in another boat. Hey, hello, what are you doing out on the boat? Perfect. Fishing. What do you think? So you may find somebody else who's doing what you do and loving every minute of it, and you're going to be like a quick match there. Nice. This card is talking about your work and your health, and we have the King of Swords. You are the boss person, you are the man in charge, and we want you to be the best version of yourself. So we want you to be a good king, right? Handle your power carefully, write things down, communicate, understand that this was something you needed to have some things already figured out. If you need to talk to somebody else who's already done this sort of thing and figured all this out, that would help a lot for your situation, so you don't get yourself into a pickle anymore. And then maybe you need to take some time and make some bigger decisions, like getting things in line that are the legal stuffs. I want to make sure you're taking care of the legal stuffs as you're building this little business, because I don't want you to get into a bad situation. All right? Now then, let's talk about your relationship and marriage department. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So here's a lady who's worried about the money. This is a feminine energy person. She wants a bargain on everything. She's paying attention to all the prices and making sure everything has got some sort of a discount, okay? She's super smart and super savvy to have around. She is exactly the kind of person you want to have be your financial person. She'll make sure you get a bargain on all the little things, but she'll also make sure the money is going where it belongs, all right? You might want to put her in charge of your finances for your little company, all right? This card here is talking about things you need to let go of, and you need to let go of the fact that you're not doing the work, okay? And whatever standards they're living to, you will need to wander over and inspect it in the end. But for the most part, if they pass muster, you need to just let them do their job, okay? Don't run around breathing down their necks. They got to be able to do the job on their own. So yeah, this is going to be interesting, where you're not going to have a lot of time to do every little thing at your regular job, because you're busy taking care of and monitoring some of the new people and trying to make sure all that's coming together, okay? So now let's talk about travel and movement. What's going on? Ooh, we have the Emperor. The Emperor is showing me that you are definitely in a position right now where you're building a good foundation. The foundation is happening, that you're building a beautiful foundation that will help you move forward completely. It doesn't have to be travel. This is a good foundation of your business so that you can move forward in that business. Nice. Very love that. Now we're looking at the area of your life that is your ambition. Things are moving forward. I mean, what are you doing? What's getting you up in the morning? And your wishes are being fulfilled. You have the Nine of Cups. Everything is going swimmingly right now. Things are starting to go, and you've seen other people's work. You're like, okay, you sent the guy out to do the tile job. It looks beautiful. Excellent. We got the check. Perfect. Now we're learning that we can trust the tile guy, and you don't have to worry about the tile guy. Now we're going to do the same thing with the brick guy, and then we're going to find out the same thing with the other guy. And each of these guys, you're going to inspect their work a couple of times, and you're going to be, all right, cool, cool, cool. And make sure that, you know, you don't stop checking on their work, but you do it occasionally, or you call and make sure the client is happy with what happened, and that you're checking in to make sure that they're cleaning up properly when they leave. There might be a whole nother business right there, just trying to get people to come in and clean up after you, so that your guys don't waste a lot of time with that. But yeah, you can do all this. This is great. This is totally possible talking about your friends and all the people that you've started to employ in different ways. Now we have the Ace of Wands in your friends department. There's a new idea. Bum, bum, bum. New stuff is coming your way. People are saying, yeah, really, I don't want to clean up all that mess after I've done my job. Maybe we should hire somebody, hire my wife or my kid to come in and clean up after us. They're pretty good at it, and we'll definitely win, all right? Because now we're not paying top dollar for sweeping. Now we're paying regular dollars for regular work, all right? Smarter. Getting smarter is smart, all right? So now we're talking about this card here, which is the unknown area of our reading, which is one card that represents all of the areas a little bit. We have the Queen of Swords, taking charge, being a lady who's definitely in charge of things, likes things a particular kind of way, and it's going to work. I mean, because this person is getting in charge of all these different areas. They're going to be in charge of the money. They're definitely going to be in charge of communication somewhat, and setting things up. You're getting things put together, right? We like her for this. We're releasing the work to other folksies. The wishes are being fulfilled. This is such a great card. I love this for you, okay? So you're beginning to get your group together, getting all the people together that are going to create this little collection of folks that make this all happen. And boy, you thought it would be simple. Just send a guy out to do a job, no big deal. Ha! Whole different party. Because now that you're making it a company, it's a totally different thing. And you'll have to have a license, and you'll have to do this, you'll have to do that. It's going to be okay. You're going to do it all. It's going to be amazing. All right, Pisces? So this is the end of this overview for the 27th of October through November 2nd. Wait 1 second. I'm going to do a trick. Ta-da! Cool trick, right? Check that out. Now we're all cleaned up and ready to go. We're going to go in depth on the very first week of October, which is September 29th through the 5th. All right? So I'm going to go ahead and grab that deck back up, and we're going to go ahead and make 2 full rounders, putting out 24 more cards, all about what's going on this week. It's been such a delight to try something new. I really hope that you guys like it. Don't be afraid to comment below. Let me know. Oh my God, it's so long. It's ridiculous. And if you really need to move forward in this, you can use the little slidey thing to get there. Of course, here I am telling you that at the very end. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. But yeah, I have not figured out how to make chapters yet. I have things to learn myself. But it's on the list. Do be aware that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, if this is just not what you were looking for and you want me to go back to what I was doing before, please tell me so. It will help me make better decisions for next month. All right? I will listen. I will not make a stink about it. It will be just fine. All right? So there we go. All right, Pisces. This is what it looks like for real. All right. So here we go. Let's talk about you and what's going on with you for the week of the September 29th through the 5th. All right? We are feeling abundant. We're feeling good. You have a wonderful bit of you that is like, man, I'm good. I have all that I need plus more. I'm good. Yay. So that's wonderful stuff. We like that. Now we have the 4 of coins, showing that the foundation of your finances is not blocking you at all. You are doing good. You have a strong financial foundation. Sometimes these cards don't actually end up being blockers, and I have to just go with what my intuition is telling me, and it's saying no. It's not always a blocker, so sometimes it's going to come through and not be a blocker, all right? So we have the Queen of Coins showing me that, yeah, you are indeed, you feel abundant, you are abundant, and you have a good mind to save money and take care of your finances. So everything about you is all about the money right now. You're very pentacles, all right? Not bad. Not bad at all. Enjoy that little bit of pentacles. We have the Emperor here. We're talking about your foundation and money is strong and safe and secure because you're doing all the right things. You're feeling really good about it. 4 of Wands. You have some big ideas coming up. and they're not blocking you right now. But I mean, the Four of Wands in this position is considered a block, so a marriage of ideas could block you. But I don't think it's going to. I think this is the birth of your thinking about a new idea to start a company, right? Use your better judgment. And this is a moment for me to just say, you know, if you were looking at all the fine print, you might realize you need a license, you need a permit, you need this, you need that, and get all that fine print figured out before you make the jump. But, you know, I've already seen the future, so I know what's happening, okay? You're talking about making the move. You're really talking about making this move. You're moving forward with something, and just even verbally talking about it. It's super interesting to see how quickly it's moving for you. The King of Swords is here saying, I want it to go a certain way. Somebody's being very rigid about how they want it to go. And what's funny is it's blocking you. You're like, you and your rigid rules are in my way. Out of my way. You're not listening, all right? But you do have the King of Pentacles showing up saying, oh yeah, we got this. This is stay close to the money situation, and let the money guide you, not the power, all right? So that's how your communication is going, is you're listening more to the money than you are to the power, all right? I'm just going to slide these up a little bit. They seem a little invisible on the table, and I want you to see them. So there we go. Now we're going to move over here to the family department. Yep, we have new information that's coming to you that you're not going to share with anybody because it's, you know, maybe embarrassing to one of the people in your family. You're like, okay, somebody needs a loan, or maybe somebody's flat broke, or maybe somebody's pregnant. It doesn't have to be negative news. It can be positive news, but it's not for you to share, all right? So you want to keep that to yourself for now until they're ready to share it, all right? So with that information in your pocket, you are empowered in that way. And now we have the Three of Wands, which is about sort of remembering lessons from your past and remembering how to handle this stuff. So you may have had this kind of information with family before, and you know what happened the last time you did something with it. So keep it to yourself. Don't blow it up. Let this person reveal their stuff on their own, because the Nine of Cups is here. Your wishes are being fulfilled if you just let them do their own reveal, all right? So things are going to go and get really happy because of you letting them have their own timing. Well done. Good for you, Pisces. Now, we're talking about your your passion department, the thing that makes you super stoked to be alive and be a part of this world. You're going to be fighting for your ideas, wanting to do what you want to do. It's like, I really, 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 really want to go out on the boat. I gotta go. I gotta go. So don't be mad or sad about it. And that's not necessarily all that. But if whatever your passion is, I mean, I need to go do scrapbooking stat. Otherwise, I'm going to freak out if I don't get to do some scrapbooking. Otherwise, I won't feel good, okay? So whatever it is you're fighting for, step up and do that, all right? You have the Queen of Hearts, Queen of Cups is here showing me that there's going to be somebody standing in your way who speaks from their feelings and is feeling somehow left out of the process. Maybe they're feeling like a widow to the task. Whoever this is, your loved one, is sharing their feelings to say, when you do this, it makes me feel like this, you know? Let that be empowering information, okay? This is information that is power for you. And you're like, wow, I got to figure out a way of handling this so that this person doesn't feel like I'm ditching them or leaving them, or that I want to cheat on them, or whatever the heck is their brain is thinking that I want to do, because it's not true. So use this powerful information to communicate better with your person so that they don't think that you're abandoning them. You're just doing what you love, right? You're coming back more whole than you ever were before, all right? So here we have the Star card talking about your work and your health, right? So the Star card is telling me that you are indeed doing really well in the work department. You've done all the hard stuff, and you've really gotten to the place where you're you're pretty good at it now. You got all this thing figured out. And this is not to do with the new company. This is to do with everything you've been doing already, okay? This is what I'm going to call your old company. So you have an old company where you've been doing really good things and everything is going really well. And you have an abundance, right? So it's, your cup runneth over, all right? Don't be by yourself. It's going to make things harder all the way around. It will block you if you stay by yourself, all right? And there's new information about your heart's desires, about your, about things you care about coming up. And all you have to do is listen for it, and it will help you, all right? It will help you do better. So now, how is this applying to your physical health? All right? You've been doing good things and working out and taking care of your body, and you're feeling pretty good. Excellent. Well done. Don't forget to do the maintenance. Don't do this thing by yourself. Don't do the physical stuff by yourself anymore. All right, you want to stay in the moment where everybody's working together. Nice. And then, of course, there's new information coming about the thing that you care about the most. Okay, so that's good news. We like that very much. You're into it. You're collecting new information on how to take better care of yourself, even in the moments when you're moving forward. All right, good. So let's talk about the marriage and partnerships family. All right, marriage and partnerships area, right? All right, you had options and possibilities. All my singles have options and possibilities. You're not doing this alone. Fabulous. You have more than one option to open your heart to, so keep that in mind and choose carefully, all right? For my married folks, you have things you all want to do together. You're trying to find something to work on together or to do together. Make sure you focus in on the things that are expiring first. Get rid of the things that don't matter, or that neither one of you likes. And then the other things you'll get to later, all right? So don't get confused and not do anything, all right? You have all the money you need. Don't let money be the defining factor on what you choose to do. You don't have to have an expensive hobby or thing that you do together, okay? But don't let money get in the way of you choosing to do something wonderful, all right? Excellent. And okay, I'm just going to say it. Don't decide to redo the kitchen together. That's not what we're talking about. That's not a thing to work on together. That's painful in all ways. What I'm talking about is, we're going to take up sailing, or we're going to take up rollerblading. We're going to take up dancing together. So then we are enjoying each other's company in a way that's like a face-to-face experience, and it's nice, right? Now we have the Ace of Wands showing. There's going to be a big idea that comes up. Everyone's going to have a big idea that will be the big solution, all right? So, congratulations. I like that. That's nice. All right. And for my singles, yeah, don't let the money get in the way. And of course, yeah, be careful and have a good idea. That's nice. So we're looking now at the death release department. You have so much going on, you can't do it all. So you're having to hire people to help you do certain projects, and they're not necessarily things that are in your wheelhouse. You're only going to give up the things that aren't in your wheelhouse, all right? Things in this area, this release area, are falling apart, or I mean, they're falling together, which is interesting because this could be falling apart. So as you release jobs to other people, they're not getting done properly. So, for some of you, this will be the case, where some of what you're doing here, you give a job to somebody, they mismanage it, they mishandle it, and you're like, well, that guy's never getting a job from me again. Cool. And this will make you stronger. You'll know what's best to do here and how to keep better hold of the situation. So for others of you, you're going to give that job to a friend who is going to handle it really well. Things are going to fall right together. Things are going to go really, really well. And then you're going to be the guy in charge of that, making that happen. And that's going to be awesome. Your power is getting stronger. Perfect. Whether it's falling together or falling apart, you win, okay? Just know that you're going to learn something. That will be about you learning something as you release this work to somebody, okay? Whether it's a good experience or a bad experience, it's an experience, and it will get you where you need to go. All right, now we're talking about the Six of Wands. This is the travel and movement department. We are definitely getting ready to move, and you're sharing your ideas about what you want to move and how you want to do it. You're like, okay, come on, we're going to do this. We're going to open up the garage. We're going to make that garage do this. It's going to be great. The Ace of Swords. Yeah, there's going to be, you're going to share your idea, and being in charge or new responsibility will come from this situation, all right? So as you're creating it, it's creating new responsibilities. I'm not sure that they will be good for you. You may not have time for them right this minute, so they might block you. So yeah, the King of Wands is going to have to step up and say, what? Wait a minute, what? I'm on your side and I want to help you, but you're going to have to just give me the key to that thing so you don't have to do that, okay? That's too much stuff on your plate. So he will be helping you out. In the beginning, I feel like this company may start out small in its own way with just a couple of things happening, but it'll give you time to build all the right building blocks so that you're properly taken care of and you have everything in place, like the licenses and the bonds. But in the meantime, you'll be doing favors for friends. You'll be doing little jobs for friends who wouldn't sue you ever anyway. So this is good news. Cool. Let us talk now about your ambition. What's getting you up in the morning? All right, we have the Champion. We have Knight of Cups. Fighting for your heart's desire. You want it to go a certain way. You really want everything to go, and you're like excited. You're fired up to see what happens. Very exciting. Death card. Letting something go that needs to go. All right, so this might be some other idea that you're having to release so you can focus in on what your current passion is, okay? So you're going to have to okay, we're building this other stuff, and I'm not doing gardens anymore. I'm going to work on fixing up houses and all that stuff, doing projects for people, whether it's tile or construction or whatever, but we're going to have to let go of the gardening, okay? Because the gardening is just not in the wheelhouse right now, okay? So we're going to let that go and step into this other thing. And the Nine of Wands is here, showing that you're going to need to defend your ideas and stand up for what you've decided, okay? Cool. I think you can, and I think you will. It's like, you're all beautiful people, and I love you very much, but I can't really be focused on that while I'm doing this. And so there you go. It'll be okay. Maybe you'll let them take over the gardening side of this business. This card here, or maybe you'll stay on the gardening side and let this other thing go ahead and become what it is because you don't know much about the construction side. Or whatever, okay? Pisces, you have all these things going on. Let's talk now about what's happening over here in the Friends department. We have the King of Cups. Some emotionally based fellow was sharing some stuff with you. Hey man, I'm having some stuff going on, and you are listening. You are like, okay, I'm hearing you. You seem to be struggling. I'm feeling bad for you, and I want to help out any which way I can. Jumping right in here, jumping in to fix his situation may deprive him of the opportunity to grow through this situation, or you could be helping him out. So consider the possibilities on both sides that maybe this friend needs, you have several friends who might need help, but there are going to be some friends that need to grow through it and some that need actual genuine bona fide help right now. And you can do what you need to do, all right? Whether you help them or not, this one will operate either way, just like the Tower did right there. It may be a block, but it might be a help, all right? And now we have the Queen of Wands is here saying, I am here, I am an understanding human being, I'm very down to earth and easygoing, I have feminine energy, and guess what? I hear you, I understand you, I'm here to be the other voice in the room, and that is cool because you can both sit and listen to this person share, and this person will be able to commiserate and offer ideas to this person without necessarily you having to jump in and do something, okay? So unless this is you, if you're the feminine energy person handling the situation, this could be you deciding how you want to help this person. All right? So let's talk about the unknown department, Pisces. Dun, 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 dun. These cards are all going to have something to say about what's going on in all these different areas. We'll identify them as we go. Two of Cups. Relationships. Boom. Relationships. Boom. I see relationships are happening over here and here. And yes, we're talking about your friends department. We're talking about travel and movement, death and release, relationships and love, the passion department, yes, of course, and of course work right here, and health. So yeah, and of course family for sure. Okay, so good. Relationships are at issue in many areas this week, so pay attention to what's going on with them. What's going to block you in probably most of these areas is trying to control everything, being the King of Swords, trying to make sure everything goes exactly the way, the Queen of Swords. This is the Queen of Swords. This is a lady who wants very much to be in charge of everything. She likes things a certain way. She's particular, and being too particular when you're talking about releasing and or building something new, or even over here being too particular, and at work being too particular is going to be tough. Oh, and in relationships for sure. But here you might be allowed to be a little particular. But yeah, you know, use your better judgment, as is the card that sits here. So it's mostly going to block you. Okay? Don't be too particular. And here's the cool end here. Two of Swords. Don't be afraid. All right? There's no fear. Nothing to be afraid of. So you can help your friends. You can do your passionate thing at work. All of these things are possible if you just stay not afraid. So do this for sure. Love this, this. All of these areas are perfectly balanced and lovely if you stay in the moment of not being afraid. All right? So we're going to release your fear so you can move forward. All right? Very cool, Pisces. I love this for you. This is what a full overview looks like with the first week at the end. Yes, it's a whopper. I concur. Yep, we are doing a big whopper right here, and yeah, it got dark while I was doing my reading, so everything looks real dark behind me. So it's all good. I really appreciate you all being here and staying for till the end. Please comment below. Let me know how you like this and if it's working for you. And if you don't, let me know that too. It'll help. And if you haven't liked it, subscribed, I appreciate it if you did. Go ahead and share too. It really helps. Every little person that likes and subscribes, it makes a very big difference to a very small channel. And I really, really love and appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for being here. We will talk next week about the 6th to the 12th. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you next week.